Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to another replay sent in by Viski. This time he's in the T-44. How you doing there, Viski? Get a little bit distracted. And I've already watched this video, I've already watched this replay, and I can tell you it's quite entertaining. So stay tuned for some cheeky-breeky Russian action in one of the most powerful medium tanks in the game. And with that, we'll just see what kind of opposition Viski in the T-44 is going to face off against today. And speaking of opposition, we have the tank toddler with us today, and she's very crawly. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Good job! She's learning words, and it's so great. You probably saw on one of my other videos where I said goodbye, and she waved goodbye to you guys. It was so great. She waves goodbye now. That was when I found out that she does that. And we can see through walls today. M18 and M6A1 to Viski's left, just on the other side of this building. But of course, he would have no way of knowing that, because we get the cheeky-breeky replay. And he doesn't now. He's coming around this corner, and we're going to see them off to our left in just a second. Viski can hear them now. He spots the M6, decides to take a shot into the engine deck, sets fire to him. Now he's going to have to reload quickly before that M6 can get his turret turned around, but he still checks his corners. Good strategy there. Looking around, always good. One shot wipes out every crew member inside that tank. Very nicely done with a high-powered 85mm cannon that's equipped on the T-44. Spots an M4, lines up the gun, fires, and the round just disappears. No, that was my reaction too, Guppy. Here, you want a Lego? You want a Lego? Yeah. Isn't that nice? That's a good Lego. That's some good logo, yeah. Can you tell the people? Yeah. Are you clicking on the mic? And just like that, he smacks that M4 like it's a disobedient child. Just absolute domination. At this point, another M6, what's going to happen? Viski, you had one job. He was showing his frontal weak spot perfectly. And Guppy's, it looks like our baby needs to be set free to roam a little bit here. Chubbies, you want some charcoal? Want some charcoal? What's coming around the corner? M4 deciding when to peek. This one, the 76, a potentially deadly foe, but from the front there's only a couple of weak spots on the T-44 that the M4 can take advantage of. Those would be the turret cheeks, but those can be a bit cheeky-breeky, and with a little bit of angling and wiggling you can often survive a hit. Again, T-44 at this battle rating is a monster. So Viski using the cover of that smoke to reposition himself. Here you see him playing a little bit more defensively. Something I've noticed about Viski. Here he spots the Panther getting taken down by the M4. He knows there's somebody there. Potentially gets a chance to see him. M4 comes around the corner. Viski, you've got the perfect shot, and you mess it up again! And yet, the super strong, superior stellinium plating of the T-44 absorbs another hit, and before Viski can get his round off, the M4 gets taken down by an ally. Too bad, so sad. Gulags for everyone. Viski, you had one job. The only way you could screw that up, and you did. But you know what? It's still going to be a great match for Viski. Sometimes, when the Russian bias and the luck come together just right, Viski here taking plenty of time to aim, not afraid at all of that 105 Sherman, which can only fire high explosive or heat rounds. Not a chance to punch through the T-44. Off to his left, he spots the M18. Delayed reaction here from Viski, but still fires before the poor tank destroyer captain can aim at the T-44's relatively difficult to hit weak spots, taking down the M18 in one hit. Next up, he sees a comet ablaze, a fuego as it were, aim just anywhere and punch through the front of the tank. Rinse and repeat in the T-44. Have you played this tank? It is a monster. in a down tier, and it performs just fine in an up tier. And then, just the one spot you can't pen the Challenger, a weird ricochet off of the roof armor, and then the round just disappears. Another shot goes into the crew compartment, overpens the tank, taking out a track and what I believe was the gunner. Now Viski, playing sumo, manages to have a round disappear into the gun mantlet of the Challenger. An odd shot about that. I've noticed a few shots disappearing into the Challenger's gun mantlet. It's not all that thick, but it tends to to Gestapo around every now and then and make it disappear in the night, never to be heard from again. Guppy is now climbing on the keyboard. Chubbies, I think you're a little bit spoiled. You want this? Toss that. Throw that somewhere. Yeah, it's probably an important receipt. You tear it to pieces. Yeah, you tear that up. You tear that potentially important receipt to pieces. There you go. There you go. Okay, what's Viski doing now? What are you up to now? My whiskey flavored comrade. Whiskey have no flavor. It tastes like Gulag. Okay, around the corner, an M24. There's not a chance, bud, that you can punch through Viski. That poor light tank. Yeah, is that a pocket knife? I'm just gonna watch you try and open that. No, I'm not. Come on, give me that. Another M24. Is it your birthday, Viski? Are they giving you a surprise party? Well, you lit the candles today, but now make a wish. Viski says, I wish for Papa Stalin to hand me more Russian bias. Wish granted, Viski. Wish granted. Up to 8 kills at this point, and I believe he's not going to pick up any more ground kills. So that has been Viski in the T-44. There's some team killing shenanigans coming up here, and do you guys want to see that? Maybe you want to see that. Let's look at the dark side of War Thunder. So let's speed things up just a little bit here. There's no allies left to derp with. There's no allies left for me to kill with my overpowered tank. And he finally gets taken down by an M4 of all things. The long-barreled 76. Aircraft in the sky, enemy tanks on the ground, and yet the Soviet team is dominating to the surprise of no one. Viski now waiting for his respawn. What's he going to take out into the battlefield other than IL-2? So here he is. Looks like an IL-2M, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yeah, close enough for Jazz. That might even be the premium one. It has the stripes on it, but I don't see the lettering. So no, I think that's a standard IL-2M. Looks like he's loaded out with rockets. And oh yeah, bomb bay. Yeah, he's got bombs as well. Rockets and bombs in the IL-2. Surprising no one. Alright, he's coming into the battlefield. Let's speed things up a little bit here. You can see there's a friendly SPAA on the ground. Why do I mention that? Well, no reason. No reason at all. Viski taking his first pass. No luck. Enemy gets taken down before he can be effective. And yet, this P-39 is coming dangerously close to a head-on with an IL-2. Of course, the P-39 is going to turn off because only a fool lets an IL-2 do that. P-51 coming up behind him. Not afraid of the rear gunner, but you know what? Anyone that doesn't fear Dushka will soon be introduced to this tempestuous tantrum of a heavy machine gun. You done messed up. There was one place you don't want to be is on the tail of an IL-2M with a living gunner. Oh, Chubby's is getting grumpy. Yeah, you want to do all the things. She's getting pretty tired. I think it's about time for a nap. Alright, almost there. Almost there. Viski now peering through the smoke. Can he see that M24? Looks like he's found his target. Lining up the rockets. Misses just over the top. This is a difficult shot to hit because sounds like Chubbies need some nap time. Sounds like Chubbies need some nap time. And he looks behind him, and what to his wondering eyes should appear but a Wirbelwind shooting at his rear. Lovely. Viski now flying low, His plane has received quite a bit of damage on the flight surfaces, but like a good IL-2, it's staying in the air for a bit, bleeding energy though quite heavily. It's going to be hard for him to be effective at this point. Look out for the trees, Viski! Look out for the trees!
I don't know how much you hear the baby, but she's kind of noisy.
At this point, it's really hard to get an attack run in on anyone. Trying to line up the rear gunner, just not able to do anything. What's going to happen? Here comes that whirlwind, firing more rounds in Viski's direction. And then our boy Viski goes down. Squilliam in the whirlwind has shot down Viski. What's going to happen next? Well, a little bit of bad sportsmanship, I believe. So, Viski now is a bit angry. The man is red in the face. He goes for an enemy P-47M, taking it down in a head-on. Not a bad trade. Speed things up a bit again once more. And there's almost no enemies left on the field except the whirlwind. And so Viski is still a little bit angry about what happened to him before. Bounce the baby! Bounce the baby! And he lines up his attack run. Does this guy know what's coming? Viski misses most of the critical components of that whirlwind. Open top vehicle. Just say it, Viski. You had one chance. Okay, hold on a second. I'm getting a call. Hey, babe. Yeah, no problem. I'm just in. No, I got a ride. What? So yeah, the mechanic rode with me and then drove the car back to the shop. And then Viski gets taken down. Yeah.